How's it going, everyone? This is your Astrology Horoscope for Monday, October 7th, 2024. I'm astrologer Alex Skyles, and welcome to the Moon Base. Hope you guys are great. It's good to be here with all of you. If you haven't checked out my new website, alexskylesastrology.com, please go do so. All the daily horoscopes will be there and all kinds of awesome new stuff that we're working on. We're going to be putting out, and I'm super excited about that. And I'm filming this on Monday. It was a late night last night. So, the moon in Sag, it's going to trine the North Node, sextile the South Node as we come into Monday, which can be very freeing, and we can have a better sense of self, a stronger sense of self, a more freeing sense of self. And also, there can be some positive karmic interactions in relationships, that can help you find more freedom within yourself and find more freedom within relationships if, we're willing to have those conversations. And Mercury in Libra now is about to trine over to Jupiter. So I think the conversations are relevant today, where we can both express ourselves independently within a relationship, in some sort of partnership with the South Node. And we're going through these eclipses. So I think it's all about finding freedom with this moon in Sag, but also being willing to have diplomatic conversations that are based on the facts and based on the information that is right in front of you, right? And really looking at your environment with this really positive, expansive trine between Mercury and Jupiter, Mercury being in Libra and Mercury dispositing Jupiter. So there could be some massive expansion, some mental expansion, actually if you want to sit down and study and learn new things and acquire new information, this is a great time to absorb a lot of things, especially with the moon in Sag. Jupiter dispositing the moon today, right? So, and with Mars in Cancer, I think we can really have some really interesting dialogue. And I think if we're presenting both sides and both halves, and that's what's amazing about Libra and Gemini, it's all about the dual, right? Whether it's the dual masculine and feminine in Gemini, or, the two parties of a relationship, of the scales trying to balance each other. So it's like balancing the dark and the light and balancing relationships with the information and the facts. It's like, okay, I felt this way for a long time. It's like, this is what it's been, and this is how I actually feel, and this is why. This is a great day to present things, and it's not necessarily about the emotional perspective with Mercury in Libra, especially trining over to Jupiter. If we can not fall into the Cancer Mars, of course, Mercury's off that square, but the sun's building towards a square. So there is still this emotional conflict within us. But Mercury now off of that square, I think very positive conversations can start to occur. And Venus is starting to trine Mars here today, so this is where shit gets lit as Venus comes to trine Mars. So I definitely think this could be a romantic day for people. If you're if you have a partnership or you have any sort of business connection or a spiritual, deep emotional connection, of course, with Mars in Cancer and Venus in Scorpio, this is a very strong, potent energy as we're coming into Tuesday, because this trine is going to be building all the way as we go into tomorrow. So this is a building conversation here with this Venus trine Mars today. This can definitely bring some spicy, interesting, positive, amazing energy when it comes to our relationships and our masculine, feminine energy. I think when it comes to the logical and the masculine and the emotional and the feminine, I think not being able to break through those walls where you get stuck and overthink things, and it's like being in problem-solving mode with this Venus-Mars energy, or when it comes to your love life or it comes to romantic partnerships or creative endeavors, this is a very creative, romantic energy. Period. This is a beautiful energy that's building here into Tuesday. So the unification, the bond, the trust, this Venus is trying to develop trust with Mars, but the sun, of course, is still building towards that square with Mars. So the conflict is being balanced. not going fully into your desires for your own, sake, and not even thinking about the other half. It's like, of course, there's a lot of opportunity for connection, a lot of opportunity for romance and creativity to really pour through. And a lot of psychic energy, especially on a romantic level and a creative level. It's like our creative and romantic energy is aligned with our psychic energy with this. And it's almost like intuitively, it's like we're getting some support with Venus to help us stay on a more solid path, as difficult as it can be with Mars and Cancer, especially going through these cardinal squares. So this energy is really nice as we're coming into tomorrow. Pluto dispositing Venus. So this is like a transformation in relationships. This is a massive transformation. And also through eclipse season, releasing and letting go. And it's, what no longer serves any purpose in your life. This is the moment where new connections can happen and, a lot of the past starting to finally release itself. And Juno and the Sun are on their way to conjunct, and Mercury and Juno are conjunct today. So when it comes to partnerships and trust and commitment and faith too, of course, with Saturn and Pisces, we just had that Saturn trine Mars and Venus trine Mars. So it's like we have Saturn, Mars, Venus, all in water signs, all three water signs. So with Saturn, that kind of helped Mars get to here. And, this is about commitment. Venus is, Scorpio is all about commitment and trust. How do I know if you're mine? How do I know? Right? Venus and Mars are saying, I know. Now I know. And I want to let you know. And Mercury's helping us get the message out in a huge way, in a very expansive way. Definitely, with this great Mercury, Libra, Jupiter, Gemini energy, it's like getting out on the town, getting around, experiencing the environment in different ways, taking a walk. You might stumble upon some interesting interactions, some interesting conversations that can come through that can be very inspiring. So we have the 10 of Pentacles today. So this is Pentacles being very Venus like, right? It's like, it's the value, with Venus and Scorpio trining Mars, it's the value of that deep bond, it's not this surface level bullshit. Like, it's the value of having faith and having that strong connection, and also that security with that Mars and Cancer, which it wants. It's like, I'm not going to move until I feel safe and secure. And this Venus is like, I want to help you actually keep moving forward. And I want to let you know that, I understand where you're at and I got your back, right? And Mercury wanting to have that conversation today. So there can be some big openings, when it comes to understanding how, when we are on a collective level and on a interpersonal level, when we're unified and we can actually be vulnerable and actually trust, the whole picture can come together. Because it's like when you're alone doing things, it's like you don't have any feedback, and you kind of create your own feedback loop. I've been experiencing that in my work, It's like I spend a lot of time with the artists that I work with, and a lot of the work that I do to finish stuff is a lot of time that I work alone. So having an intern, having my other partner, Chad, who I work with, I've been working with for over 10 years. We've been working a lot together. It's just been nice to have feedback to bounce off of with people that I trust. And it's been really amazing. And it helps me let off the gas with the amount that I put out, right? So it's allowing yourself to open those doors. Also, it has to be the right people, which is very Venus Scorpio, because if it's the wrong people, it can lead you into some very odd, interesting, possessive, Venus-like, Venus, Scorpio, Pluto-like relationships, right? Where it can be very possessive or manipulative, or it's like there's always an agenda with Pluto, right? That's the dark side of Scorpio. Now, it's having that faith, having that bond, and having that trust. And I think that's what this energy is all about. This moon in Sag today is helping free the energy a little bit. But going into tomorrow, this Venus trine Mars is really spicing things up in a very beautiful, emotional, and very watery way. So hope you guys have a good day. Have a good Monday. If you haven't checked out my website, please do so. The link is in the description of this video, alexskylesastrology.com. I'm super excited to keep that moving and keep building that over time. And I'm really looking forward to it. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace out.